How are you?
Very good, thanks. How you
Wonderful.
doing?
Very good, thank you.
So let's talk about your new record,
Okay.
right? And it's a Motown cover record, right?
Not so much.
That's
You know what it is? It's like it started off with me putting a whole load of songs together that I grew up listening to, that I just loved as a kid growing up. Some consciously, some subconsciously had such an effect on me writing my songs. So when I approached this kind of record, I just thought, rather than me trying to write a new song, why don't I just change the pressure and turn the pressure from writing a new hit song to the pressure of performance, of actually capturing the moment on a record and step up to the league of Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder and these big hitters who've sung these classic songs, which is almost the holy grail with some of these songs to sing. So I was like, you know what, I want to prove to myself more so than anything that I can sing these songs, and I get this respect that people are like, wow, this guy can actually really sing, because it's out of my comfort zone. So the songs I started picking and choosing that were songs that I loved, and they happened to be a lot from Motown Records label. So we started going that route, and then as I signed the deal to Universal, I think they almost thought, it would sound like a Motown record. It's almost great, we've got Motown Records, and we can do the whole. And then all of a sudden I picked songs like Curtis Tiger's I Wonder Why, which is not a Motown record. I picked Otis Redding's Dock of the Bay, which was on Atlantic recording, so it kind of slightly messed up the Motown thing.
So is success do you think success brings happiness? That's a big question. I know.
Definitely. Success definitely brings happiness, but also it does bring a few other things that you didn't come into a radar before that you could see as being negative as well. I mean, there's little things like my mum said, you'll never be able to walk up the high street in Southampton where I was growing up and lived, like as a kid you'd always hang out on Saturday and see your friends. So you'll never be able to walk up and down here again if this goes the way it looks like it's going. And as Rewind, the first song with the Artful Dodger, started to break out, I've never really been able to do that. I've tried it, just thought, no, I just walked down the high street. One person recognises me, and next thing you know, it's like a domino effect of just like, you know what, to a point where you can't control it. You think you're being clever, you think you're being humble, going back to the old school, but then what happens is you think, I put myself in a situation. So yeah, I am living the dream. I've been blessed to have this lifestyle through the songs, through music, and yeah, there's no, the pros outweigh the cons. Yeah, you have to trade in a few things, for this. You have to, some of your private life isn't as private as you want to do. Some of the things you would do normally you can't necessarily do. But some of the things I'm doing now, I'm traveling the world and meeting people and having this exciting lifestyle, and when I go on international promotion, I find that so exciting. I mean, you're in Japan and you're in Italy and it's like, I think there's no really embarrassments in your career. I think as long as you never lose your integrity, I've never allowed anything to mess with my integrity, So I've never been embarrassed myself. I've been disappointed with certain things, when certain songs haven't connected, when for whatever reason you're kind of searching for answers. You're thinking, well, it feels like a hit song to me. Why is it not connecting the way it does? But instead of me blaming it at everyone else, which people do tend to do, it's the record company, it's this person, radio should have played it. A hit song is a hit song. And if it really was a hit song, it would have got itself onto radio. It would have done its own work. And maybe for some reason it just wasn't meant to be that time. So rather than me getting jaded, you go back into the studio and you work on the next record, If you love music that much, if you're searching for success and for #1 records, then you'll be really disappointed by that. So I learned that it's not about confirmation through chart positions. It's like when my song gets played to one point and there's 100,000 people, 1 million people around the world hearing that song, I'm consciously to some people and subconsciously to others changing people's lives.
And what would you say to those people saying that, last good thing you've done was a long time ago, we rewind? What would you tell them?
That's good. Rewind is good. That's the last thing that. See, that's what I mean. It's the difference is, it's only your ego that wants you to be like, oh, but you've got to love my last record. This is the one. When people talk about Born to Do It as the album that people are loving, that's good. I love it that you love that record. I've had an impact in your life with some music. You know what? I hope that I can continue to have an impact with my music and it touches people along the way. But if that's the one that does it for you, then rock out on that. You end up having this fight with yourself, like, oh no, but I don't want you to forget that album, it's about this record. I was like, no, let's enjoy it. I mean, that's what music's about to me, you know. You never know when that hit song's going to come. You never know what does it for one person and doesn't do it for another, but I can only do what does it right for me, you know. I was checking this girl next door when her parents went out. She phoned, say, hey boy, come right around. So I knocked at the door, you were standing with a bottle of red wine, ready to pour, just in long black satin, lace to the floor. So I went in, then we sat down, started kissing, conversing, told me about jacuzzi, sounded interesting. So we jumped right in, all calls diverted to answer phone. Please leave a message after the tone. I mean, me and her parents were kinda cool, but they were the fine line between me and you. We were just doing things young people in love do. Parents trying to find out what we were up to, saying, why were you creeping round late last night? Or could I see two shadows moving in your bedroom light? Now you're dressed in black, when I left you were dressed in white. Can you fill me in? Yeah. That's not you.
Sounded really good.
Okay.
Thanks.